And we're standing by to bring you live coverage from the White House. President Obama expected momentarily to step outside the White House and to observe a moment of silence. It was exactly 8:46 a.m. in New York City 13 years ago when that first plane crashed into the first World Trade Center tower.
That our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of...
As they are about to pay tribute to the nearly 3,000 people who died on September 11, 2001.
And you have just watched President Obama along with Mrs. Obama and Vice President Joe Biden observe a moment of silence just outside the White House to remember the lives lost on 9/11 in 2001. You see dual live events going on the left side of what's happening in New York City right now, and on the right side they're at the White House. President Obama will also be making an appearance in about an hour at the Pentagon, where 182 people lost their lives on that day. Events are planned, a moment of silence there, as well as a wreath laying. And up in New York, the names of almost 3,000 people who lost their lives will be read one more time this year. Let's take a listen.
Shannon Lewis Adams.
Stephen George Adams.
Ignatius Udo Adanga.
Christy A. Adamo.
Terrence Edward Adderley Jr.
Sophia B. Adu.
Lee Adler.
Daniel Thomas Aflito.
Emmanuel Akwasi Afwakwa.
Alok Garwal.
Mukul Kumar Agarwala.
Joseph Agnello.
David Scott Agnes.
Joel Alberto de Fonseca Agua Jr.
Brian G. Ahern.
Jeremiah Joseph Ahern.
Joanne Marie Aladiotis.
Shabir Ahmed.
Terrence Andre Aiken.
Goodwin Ajala.
Trudy M. Algero.
Andrew Alamino.
Margaret Ann Alario.
Gary M. Alberto.
John Leslie Albert.
Peter Craig Alderman.
And my father, the aforementioned John Leslie Albert. He was a dedicated father, a loving husband, a respected colleague. He's sorely missed.
And my sister, Dorothy R. Morgan. You stand tall in our hearts.
Jacqueline Delane Aldridge Frederick.
David D. Alger.
Ernest Alicacos.
Edward L. Allegretto.
Eric Allen.
Joseph Ryan Allen.
Richard Dennis Allen.
Richard L. Allen.
Christopher Allingham.
Anna S. W. Allison.
Jeanette Marie Alonso.
Anthony Alvarado.
Antonio Javier Alvarez.
Victoria Alvarez Brito.
Telmo E. Alvier.
Cesar Amaranto Alviar.
Tariq Amanula.
Angela Amaranto.
James M. Amato.
Joseph Amatuccio.
Paul W. Ambrose.
Christopher Charles Amoroso.
Craig Scott Amundson.
Kazuhiro Anai.
Calixto Anaya Jr.
Joseph P. Anchundia.
Kermit Charles Anderson.
Yvette Constance Anderson.
John Jack Andriacchio.
Michael Rourke Andrews.
Jean Ann Andrucki.
Sue Nia Ang.
Joseph Angelini Sr.
Joseph and John Angelini Jr.
David Lawrence Angeli.
Mary Lynn Edwards Angel.
Laura Angeletta.
Doreen J. Angrisani.
Lorraine Antigua.
Sema David Ayoyuma.
And my beautiful, loving daughter, Maria Teresa Concepcion Santillan. Your dad and I love you very much and always in our prayers. Also sending their love and kisses from your brother, Victor, and his wife, Talia, and two nephews, Rocco and Xavier. And also from your youngest brother, Raymond, and his wife, Jen. And you have a new niece, Marites, which we named her after your nickname. Tomorrow, she will be 2 years old. May God bless your souls and the soul of our niece, Judy Hazel Santillan Fernandez. Lastly, may God bless all the souls of 9/11 victims.
And my husband, Michael Massaroli, we love you, we miss you, and not a day goes by that we don't think of you.
Peter Paul Apollo.
Faustino Apostle Jr.
Frank Thomas Aquilino.
Patrick Michael Araños.
David Gregory Archie.
Michael George Arzinski.
Lois Areno.
Barbara Jean Aristegui.
Adam P. Arias.
Michael J. Armstrong.
Jack Charles Aaron.
Joshua Todd Aaron.
Richard Avery Arono.
Myra Joy Aronson.
Japhet Jesse Ari.
Carl Francis Asaro.
Michael A. Asiak.
Michael Edward Asher.
Janice Marie Ashley.
Thomas J. Ashton.
Manuel O. Astimabe.
Greg A. Atlas.
Gerald Thomas Atwood.
James Autafred.
Louis F. Aversano Jr.
Ezra Aviles.
Sandy Ayala.
Arlene T. Babakaitis.
Eustace R. Bacchus.
John J. Badagliaca.
Jane Ellen Basler.
Robert J. Bearwalter.
Andrew J. Bailey.
Brett T. Bailey.
Garnet Ace Bailey.
Tatiana Bakalinskaya.
Michael S. Baksh.
Sharon M. Balcom.
Michael Andrew Bain.
Catherine Bantis.
And my brother, Christopher Allingham. Love you always. Miss you still. God bless America.
and my uncle, Sean Canavan. I never got the chance to meet you, but you'll always be in our hearts.
Gerard Baptiste.
Walter Baran.
Gerard A. Barbara.
Paul Vincent Barbaro.
James William Barbella.
Victor Daniel Barbosa.
Christine Jana Barbuto.
Colleen Ann Barkow.
David Michael Barkway.
Matthew Barnes.
Melissa Rose Barnes.
Sheila Patricia Barnes.
Evan J. Barron.
Renee Barrett Arjun.
Arthur Thaddeus Barry.
Diane G. Barry.
Maurice Vincent Barry.
Scott D. Bard.
Carlton W. Bartels.
Guy Barsby.
Ina B. Basina.
Alicia Christine Burton Bazmajian.
Kenneth William Basnicki.
Stephen Joseph Bates.
Paul James Battaglia.
W. David Bauer.
Yvonne Luis Carpio Bautista.
Marlon Capito Bautista.
Mark Lawrence Davis.
Jasper Baxter.
Lorraine G. Bay.
Michelle Beal.
Todd M. Beamer.
Paul Frederick Beattini.
Jane S. Beatty.
Alan Anthony Bevan.
Lawrence Ira Beck.
Manette Marie Beckles.